In Return of the Ancients, we're making several much anticipated balance changes to the Chronomancer and Gemling Legionnaire Ascendancy classes. Let's take a closer look at some of them. Starting with the Gemling Legionnaire, we've expanded on how the Gemling interacts with quality on his gems. Every socketable skill in the game now has an additional quality option available through the Advanced Thaumaturgy Ascendancy skill. Once allocated,
Gem qualities grants socket skills an additional effect. What? That's a lot of work they're just adding into the game. Damn, to every single gem they have to make a new quality for this ascendancy now. They're just putting a work multiplier on every single thing they add in like this. This is crazy. GGG, a big deck. They didn't mess around, bro. They didn't mess around.
Simply hold Alt while hovering your skill gems to preview an additional bonus granted by gem quality.
Ooh, 25% to fire 2 additional projectiles.
You're gonna see some amazing effects. An example is Fireball. Instead of firing only 2 additional projectiles, why not fire up to 10 in a circle? Combined with consuming a fire infusion, you can fire a devastating ring of explosive projectiles that then each explode into another ring of smaller firebolts. Another example of an added quality that may also add quality to your life is Explosive Shot. Instead of having to reload after every shot, you can gain 2 more rounds in your magazine for a burst of deadly impact. With the Gemling Legionnaire's mastery of gems, he is also able to conjure a powerful barrier from his socketed skill gem.
What is this? While active, conjures a glittering barrier that accumulates a protective gemstone mote for each attribute type over time, but loses a random mote when you are hit. Gains a random mote every 2 seconds. Maximum of each attribute of mote is 3, plus a number of skills you have which require that attribute. Okay. Single attribute skills grant twice as many maximum motes. 1% increase maximum life per strength mote. 5% armor evasion and injure per dex mote. Wow, okay. 5% increase life regen rate per int mote. 5% increase mana life regeneration rate per int mote. Okay, so int. I'm liking the strength mode, guys. Not gonna lie, liking the strength mode. This is looking kind of good with the life. But okay, how many motes per thing?
Named
3.
the Virtuous Barrier.
Wait, 3 plus the number of skills you have require that attribute.
Each socketed skill gem empowers the barrier, making its effects stronger depending on the gem's required attributes. With the Virtuous Barrier skill,
So he's got 10, so 10% life. 7 times 5 ES armor, 3 regen. So that's 15 regen.
Providing some much-needed defenses.
How much regen
and
can you
the additional qualities of over 200 different skill gems. It's more than meets the eye, and we look forward to seeing what you can come up with for your builds. Onwards.
I mean, that looks decent. No doubt. I mean, strength maxing, bro. Strength maxing looks decent. Not gonna lie. Wait, I want to go back here. A glittering barrier that accumulates protective gemstones for each attribute type over time, but loses a random mote when you're hit. I see. So if you keep getting hit, your motes go away. But then it gains over time. And then it's like a passive defense to regen, armor, and life. I remember playing the Gemling Legionnaire, and he felt kind of generic. But he was kind of strong. But it just didn't, I don't know if I was a huge fan of him. Not like the Titan, where, you get the infantry ascendancy, which is the best ascendancy in the fucking game.
Additional qualities of over 200 different skill gems. It's more than meets the eye, and we look forward to seeing what you can come up with for your builds. Onwards to the Chronomancer. First off, let's start with one of its new notable skills, Phased Form.
Okay, take 30% less damage for 4 seconds after being damaged whenever you hit. Taking damage equal to 30% of that hit's damage. Wait, take 30% less damage, period. 4 seconds after being damaged by an enemy hit, take equal to 30% of that hit's damage. Wow. Wow. I mean, that's pretty fucking strong. 30% less damage. Hey, and wait, Chad, get this. That works against degens, right? That just says take 30% less damage. 4 seconds after being damaged by an enemy hit. Because it doesn't say hits take 30% less damage from hits. It just says take 30% less damage. So there is no downside when you just reduce damage to... It's just reduced damage to multipliers.
With phased form allocated, and due to your mastery over time, you are able to take less damage, causing a portion of that damage to be taken after a delay. This serves as a pretty strong defensive node, especially as the delayed damage only applies to hits, so you just straight up mitigate any damage over time effects. What makes this really cool though, is that by taking
Temporal Rift, bro. Okay.
Temporal Rift, the delayed damage from phased form can entirely be negated. If you take a big hit, then use Temporal Rift, not only does your life recover back to what it was, but the delayed damage is just eradicated. Now some changes to existing Ascendancy skills, starting with...
I don't know about that. I don't know about that, bro. I don't know about that one.
Inevitable...
I mean, the multiplicative damage reduction, that's good, right? This is literally fucking so strong. This is so fucking strong. I mean, it's basically the Delirium Ascendancy from Path of Exile 1. It's hit better.
Agony.
Because the Delirium Ascendancy... The Delirium Ascendancy doesn't even fucking work versus degens. So the fact that it not only does it work as a degens, but there's not even a downside, that's crazy, bro. So it's like so strong. Just a multiplicative damage reduction.
This has received new visual and gameplay effects, such as displaying your stored damage to bosses on static life bars. Also, now when the stored damage reaches a lethal level, the effect will trigger immediately to wipe your enemy out. The Rapid River passive skill, which made recoup occur much faster, has been removed, but a lot more recoup speed investment has been added to the core passive tree, allowing a lot more builds to gain access to this power. Additionally, a highly requested change has finally come. Time Snap and
Time Snap. Okay.
Time Freeze can now both be allocated without requiring all 8 Ascendancy points. Finally, Now and Again has been changed to cause your spellcasts to have a chance to alter time at
Cascadable spells have a 20% chance to echo. Repeatable spells have a 20% chance to repeat. Whoa.
self and both echo and repeat. Both roles are independent of each other, allowing you to unleash a powerful burst of spells all at once. Try out these changes and more on May 29th in the Return of the Ancients launch. Thanks for watching, and see you then.
Ooh. I see. So the way it was done before, you had to go around like a full loop. Is it? I'm not a huge active Andy. You know, like I get it. Active abilities are kind of cool and they're kind of badass and all that shit. But like, I'm not a huge. I like stuff that's like a long cooldown and you have to like wait for it and then you got to use it. I just prefer like the ones the one that has 20% chance to repeat and cascade. I'll fuck with that. The 30% DR. Oh my god, I will fuck with that. But stuff like this where I mean maybe just Time Snap. Maybe just Time Snap, right? Where you just like use an ability that's like super long cooldown, does a ton of damage, and then you just Time Snap it back and press it again. It's like kind of like a burst rotation. You play Warrior anyway. 30% multiplicative damage reduction, chat. With 30% multiplicative damage reduction, no downside to degens, period. So you understand, this is like a node that's better than saying 30% life. Because it's scaling with like that the multiplicative DR to degens is to, like no penalty, so it actually increases your recovery. It's really good, really good. Dude, Chronomancer. Build. Notes. Chronomancer. 30% DR. Insane for HC SSF. Can go hard on cooldown. Turbo burst. I could see myself playing this. I could see myself playing Chronomancer for sure. The Gemling Legionnaire, I mean, Gemling guy, turbo, OP, quality options. If they're gonna put this many quality options in like this, right? Think about it. They're gonna fuck up. They're gonna fuck up. Let's not get it twisted. One of the qualities will be broken. One of the qualities is gonna have some weird interaction which just breaks the fucking game. Guaranteed. But then again, the woman is also really strong just because of the fact that, I mean, 30% DR is just like, it's so hard to get reduction, right, to damage in PoE2. And so hard to get effective HP. So this is just insane.